So the new season of MHUR Ultra Rumble just started, and we got a few things to talk about, and we also found out who the next DLC is going to be and some more characters that might be getting reworked. But we're not going to make this one too long. We're going to get right into the details. But our anime question for today is going to be, which Deku do you actually prefer? Do you prefer the newer version that we just got or the original? But yeah, that's what we're going to be doing. Hey, MHUR Ultra Rumble just started season 3. They have some new content out, some new things to cover, so we're going to be diving into that. So hey, if this is something you think you might be interested in, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn the bell, do all those nice things, and we will have the timestamps in the description so you can skip ahead to see the things that you actually want to see. But anyways, let's go ahead and hop straight into this video. Okay, so when we talk about some things that don't necessarily just have to do with Deku, some of the new things that are coming with Season 3 of MHUR Ultra Rumble. So the first thing we know, there's going to be character individuality. This is how Deku got changed. Basically, they're just going to be adding a new quirk set to certain characters. So maybe you can also be expecting some changes coming to Todoroki and I believe also Endeavor. There's also a new map. We got the UA campus. I actually walked around this map and it was actually pretty cool. There's a certain few areas that seems like you could probably duck off to if you wanted to, especially like by the beach if you're in the water. Depending on the costume you have on, you might be able to pretty much hide in there for a little bit and not be, seen by anybody. They also added custom lobbies, and you can do this up to 24 players, even though I don't really know who has 24 people to play with, but this is going to be very good for tournaments and just other events going forward. So it's very nice that they added custom lobbies for this, and maybe they'll also make it where there's other game modes where you can do custom lobbies with duos or also singles. That would be very cool. Also, we also got some other rental tickets changed. So this is the one thing that was the one bad thing about this update. They changed the rental tickets, so now it's not the same amount for each character. You'll see in these clips right here, for All Might or for also, using Momo, it only takes 1 rental ticket. But when you're trying to get Endeavor, it seems like it's 3 rental tickets. So now they're making it where, you're not even going to be able to really use characters as much every day. You're only going to be able to, maybe use them once. So I feel like this is a very big drawback. And also I didn't mention, with the new Deku, you can't use a character ticket to try out the new individuality skills. So if you don't roll and get the individuality skills, you're not going to be able to use them, besides in practice mode, which is what I did. This is how I was able to test things, but we actually didn't get Deku, so we're not going to be able to show you any actual gameplay in an actual match with Deku, unfortunately. But when we actually talk about Deku, so like I said, it's the same Deku, but they just reworked some of his moves, basically his alpha, beta, and his gamma quirk. His special action is still the same, with him being able to pick up and down to ally. But the changes to his character is actually pretty interesting. So we look at Deku, and we look at his alpha quirk, it's going to be the Delaware Smash Full Bulletin. Now the way that this one kind of works is, it's basically similar to his first quirk, but instead whenever he shoots it out, it's more like a horizontal spread out. And if you actually lock down and actually aim down the sights, then you can also get the more range, and it also is more compressed. So some strength of this thing is that it's solid range whenever it's aimed down, and it starts at 5. You get 5 shots and you get a max of 8. Now some weaknesses about this though is that it's low range when it's not aimed down. When it's not aimed down, this thing doesn't really go far at all. And also, whenever you finally fully max out the level of this quirk, it has a less count than the original alpha quirk that you get from Deku. So I definitely feel like this one is a little bit of a downgrade compared to the first one. We look at the beta quirk, it's going to be the Manchester Smash, and he has the hill drop basically. It's a hill drop, and you can do it from a higher distance or a lower distance. And some key points about this thing is that it starts at 1, and you can get a total of 3 of them. Now one of the real strengths of this hill smash, I feel like this is actually one of the very good points of this DLC, is the fact that it breaks shields. I tested it. He was able to break through Kendo's shield, Momo's shield. He was able to also, it was pretty good how he was able to do this. And the range increases depending on how high you jump up from. And this also pairs very well with the gamma quirk when we get into that and show you that. But this thing also tracks enemies pretty well. Now some weaknesses about this quirk is the fact that the lunge distance while you're mid-air isn't really that high. You can lunge pretty far off the ground, but once you're already in the air and you're trying to lunge or aim on an enemy, it doesn't really work as well. When we look at the gamma quirk, it's going to be the ground impact. And basically what he does, you can either have 2 options with this. If you don't actually move an input on your stick, he'll just pull up the earth, and basically it's kind of just looking like a shield. But if you actually move it in a direction, he can use the ramp to jump and also get some distance. And that's the same thing that the allies can do as well. So basically this can be used as a shield and a ramp, and it starts at 1 stock, but whenever you get to the highest level, it's actually at a stock of 2. Now some strengths of this one is it's just like the beta quirk, where this one breaks shields. So this thing breaks shields. You're not going to have any issues with Kendo or with Momo, and it has a pretty quick cooldown that still allows you to get mobile. I was kind of curious about, since they were getting rid of the Black Whip, I wondered how mobile would Deku really be able to be with this new skill set, but he's still able to move around pretty well. Maybe not the best out of everybody else, but he can still run away if he needs to. A weakness of this is the distance isn't really that crazy whenever you're actually doing the lunge, but because you get two of them, it kind of balances things out. So when we're actually looking at Deku, the final grades that we're going to have to give him for the changes that he got, I think his Alpha Quirk was definitely a downgrade, so we'll give that a B. The Beta Quirk is very good, in considering the fact that it can break all shields, and the fact that you can also determine how much damage you want to deal from how high you jump up, and it pairs very well with the ground impact if you lunge yourself into the air and then come down. So we gave this one an S. The Gamma Quirk, we also gave it an S, just because of the variations of how you can choose to either lunge with it, or you can just use the ramp as a weapon to break through shields. But let me know which Deku do y'all like better, and how are y'all feeling about, some of the new changes that we got for Season 3 and some of the things that, My Hero Ultra Rumble is just doing in general. And if you didn't know as well, your boy was right. If you remember my video from back, I said that I thought we were going to get twice, and it looks like that is who we're going to be getting for the next DLC, which is going to be pretty nice. You can see that he already has his little double running with him, so hey, we might actually have to try to grind to get some of those roll tickets to try to get twice. Let me know how y'all actually feel about the roll system in this game as well. I am pretty bummed, I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty bummed that I didn't get Deku and that I couldn't do anything with him, but I mean, it just is what it is at this point with the situation. Let me know if y'all actually got Deku and how y'all been feeling about playing with him, and hey, I'm gonna see y'all in the next video. Let me know what other My Hero Ultra Rumble content that y'all want to see. I'm gonna see y'all in the next one, man. We out.